my opinion, I'm going to give you another hot take here. I'm not a huge fan of like the massive gap of price between a 10 and a 9. You know how BGS 10, they go for way more than a 9. Because for me, from my personal opinion, the difference between a 9 and a 10, we're talking minuscule differences that from most people's perspective, they're not even going to be able to spot the difference. Maybe you hold up the card and you look at the corner, you can see some whitening. But at the end of the day, you're essentially seeing the exact same card 99% of the time in terms of quality differences. You know, it's practically the exact same card. And so for a lot of people, I tell them, hey, man, unless you're a diehard collector who is absolutely needing perfection, go for that 9 and save yourself the money. So
yeah, one of the biggest gaps is the Shadowless Charizard.
Yep.
This one right here, actually, in my background, that's a 9 that I pulled from a pack myself.
Yeah.
It is by far better than the 4 or 5 10s that I have traded.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Which is hysterical to me. It's not always the case, obviously, with every card.
Obviously, yeah.
But there are plenty of instances where there are 9s that aren't only just as close to being as good as the 10s, but better than the 10s. And I mean, that's what people have to realize is like the grading companies, it's an opinion. It's not a consistent, perfect standard. It's somebody looking at the card and giving their own opinion.
Exactly. We trust their opinion, and I believe in the credibility of these companies. But at the end of the day, the margins between these cards are very, very narrow. So at the end of the day, if you have the money and you can afford a 10, go for it. But I would say a 9 is going to be just as good. That's why you were going for the 9 set for the screen promos. It's just as good to you. You don't need the 10s. So same kind of scenario. And you and I both know there are people out there that will send in their cards 5, 6, multiple times to try and get that 10 because it's such a large jump in difference that it's worth it for them to crack it open every time and just send it again for that potential 10.
Right, which I will do. I haven't done it yet with my Charizard, but I will do. Like that's how it's done in the business, unfortunately. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip, be sure to check out the full video podcast right here. And every Thursday, we drop a new podcast that premieres on YouTube here live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So be sure to subscribe and comment down below which guest you'd like me to have on next.